Hi there, and I had posted a video on how I stay slim, and I get that question a lot, and I asked in the post if you had any questions, and here are a couple of the questions I got. One was, what does my lunch and dinner look like? Well, I have 2 lunches and I have 2 dinners and probably a snack. And do I eat like massive amounts? No. But I spread my food out, and that's how I do it. I know some people really like to have 3 meals, and that works for them. It doesn't really work for me because I just get hungry, and I'd rather just eat a little bit at a time. So I eat a little bit like a bodybuilder would, and I started this years ago when I read a book called Body for Life. Phillips, what's his name? Anyway, I found it to be really helpful, and it just basically the book lays out that you eat 6 meals a day, small meals with a full protein and a full carbohydrate. And I've changed it over the years a little bit. So I'll eat a full protein mostly, and then sometimes I have it with a carbohydrate and sometimes I don't. Like during the day, if I have a lot of work to do, sometimes I'll just eat chicken and vegetables. And then like for my second lunch, like the 3 o'clock, I'll eat sweet potato and chicken and vegetables, or I'll have a sandwich and it'll be gluten-free, whole grain bread, like sprouted bread. It's like $10 a loaf. It's insane, but it's the best one I can find. And I'll have turkey and avocado and maybe arugula, that sort of thing. I make a lot of soup. So, and especially when my daughter's here, I call her the soup baby. But I try to make food for her. So when she's here, we have a lot of soup. So I'll make brown rice and bone broth, vegetables, and chicken. Got to admit, it's a little boring. And then I'll make it sometimes with sweet potatoes, and then I'll make it sometimes with brown rice pasta. So I try to eat only whole grains unless I'm, having a treat, And I eat gluten-free. I need to, otherwise I get a headache and I get anxious, believe it or not, a little more anxious, and my eyes hurt. So that's something I ask my clients, like if their eyes are tired, if their eyes hurt and they are anxious, we look for the physical components of it. So just remember, if you're getting anxious, and you might be able to tie it a little bit to gluten, which is wheat. What else do I eat? I eat turkey, so I eat a lot of ground turkey with vegetables. God, I'm sounding boring. And I just stir fry that with a little bit of olive oil. And what else do I eat? Eggs, lots of eggs and greens. Fruit, we've been eating dragon fruit, which is amazing. We go to an Asian market and we buy it. We bought one yesterday. It was like $8. So those can get pricey, but they're delicious. So that's that in a nutshell. I try not to eat any sugar at all. And how I get around that is, well, first, if you don't eat sugar for a while, you don't really crave it. And I do every once in a while, we'll go for ice cream or something, but I try not to eat any sugar and I try not to eat any dairy. I use liquid stevia, and I put a drop, like I have a half a cup. No, that's not. Well, I had a half a cup of coffee here somewhere. And I put a scoop of cocoa in it, organic cocoa, and then a drop of stevia, and it's kind of like a treat, and kind of wakes you up. I'm trying to think. Apples every day. If I have them, when I run out, I just go buy more. So I love apples. and I keep carrots, organic carrots and celery and green beans and that sort of stuff to just snack on. Like if I'm really hungry and I'm going to the store, I'll actually bring a container of them to eat on the way. It makes it easier than being really hungry for me. The other question I got was, did you do anything special for modeling? One thing I did, which really helped, was I brought my food. And for years, I would just eat what they had at shoots. So they'd have breakfast, they'd have muffins and bagels and that sort of thing. And I'm allergic to gluten. And I remember there was an assistant stylist, her name's Mabel, and I still remember, she said to me, "You're allergic to the bagels." And she probably would see me before and after. And then it took years before it really sunk in that, yeah, I was allergic to the gluten. So anyways, when I finally figured that out and I started going somewhat gluten-free, although I didn't go totally, I would eat oatmeal. So I'd bring my oatmeal in the morning. So that's one thing I would do, is I'd bring food, and I still do that. So if I'm going on a plane, I definitely bring stuff to eat, something that's easy, sandwiches and a salad, a big salad. I'll make something, because I also don't like to rely on things I can buy in the airport. And if I try to eat things like protein bars or even Kind bars or things you can find, or almonds or something that's somewhat healthy, it doesn't really fill me up. So I can just eat them and I'm still hungry. What else did I do for modeling? I drink organic juices sometimes as well. And when I'm feeling really motivated, I'll skip a meal and have a green juice instead. I haven't been doing that lately, but that feels really good, I got to admit. And then before I go to bed, I eat before I go to bed, and a lot of people don't like to do that, and I'm just in the habit. So I eat protein before I go to bed, and that tends to help me sleep. All right. Well, I hope it's helpful. And once again, if you have any questions, definitely glad to answer them. And comments, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate it. All right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And here's to picking good, healthy food. All right, bye now.